two words alone are enough to put a smile on any driving enthusiast's face. Now, we've done plenty of homework on this latest vehicle. It's not just another M car from BMW, it's a return to form. 3-litre inline-six, rear-wheel drive. This is vintage BMW. Believe me, she's got some mumbo. The M2 is the smallest member of BMW's M division. Its 272 kilowatts of power is complemented by an electronic limited slip differential, different driving modes, and steering lifted from its M3 and M4 siblings. But at nearly $100,000, this thing runs into one big problem. Actually, make that three. So here we have the Audi RS3, the HSV Club Sport LSA, and the Mercedes-AMG A45, along with three of my mates, to see if the M2 is the real deal. Boys, let the games begin.
The RS3 takes a high-tech approach to the junior performance car segment. Based on the latest A3 hatch, the RS3 offers a turbocharged 5-cylinder engine, all-wheel drive grip, as well as massive brakes and tyres. The 5-cylinder is good enough for 270 kilowatts and it's mated to a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic. The RS3 transforms from entirely docile to ferociously quick at the drop of a hat. The engine is the standout in the RS3. It punches hard and offers a great sound. But it's clear that even at this price point, the Audi doesn't have things all its own way as a sub $100,000 all-wheel drive hot hatch.
The Mercedes-AMG A45 flipped the hot hatch world upside down when it arrived in 2013, redefining what we thought was possible from a 4-cylinder performance car. Mercedes claims that the AMG is the fastest here, thanks to an updated engine that offers a staggering 280 kilowatts from a 2-litre engine. It's an incredibly focused machine, a giant killer in a compact package. The AMG isn't just about straight-line power. With all-wheel drive traction, oversized brakes and adjustable suspension, the A45 is also capable of tearing up the track. The three German contenders represent the finest European performance cars under $100,000, but Australia has its own brand of performance machine, and there is one that stands above the crowd.
And that car is the mighty HSV Club Sport. The Club Sport is simply the best it's ever been, and with its 6.2-litre supercharged V8, it offers more power for the price than anything else. The LSA engine was previously reserved for the HSV GTS only, but it's now been retuned to make 400 kilowatts and 671 Newton meters of torque. The HSV also benefits from massive tyres and brakes in a comprehensive performance package. We all know this car well, but I reckon the HSV Gen F range, especially this Series 2, is simply the best range of Australian performance cars ever built. You just can't beat the Aussie-made grunt.
So we have a serious decision to make here, and it won't be easy. Before we decide, let's really put these cars under the microscope, starting with a good old-fashioned drag race.
Performance cars have to be fast, and the RS3 is a real giant killer. With all-wheel drive and launch control, it's the fastest car here, and a hell of a lot of fun.
In the rear-wheel drive battle, it came to a dead heat with the M2 and the Club Sport. And in the all-wheel drive contest, the RS3 narrowly edged out the A45.
Wow. But it's not just about performance. Anyone spending 80 grand or so on a performance car will want it to look and sound amazing while offering decent value for money as well. And our four contenders go about that in a very different way. The M2 could only be a BMW. With its pumped up arches, bulldog stance and soaring 6-cylinder engine, it really is a feast for the senses. It's not cheap though. Priced from just under 100 grand, it's the dearest car here, though you do get a fair bit for your money. HSV's Club Sport LSA is anything but subtle. It's a big car with a big body kit, big badges and a big heart. That V8 engine is absolutely intoxicating. You get more car for your money here with rival models, and it's cheap to service too. Then there's the Audi RS3. It has the best interior of the bunch, tough but slightly understated looks and a voice that mimics the Lamborghini Huracan. It's special at any speed, beautifully finished and by far the most luxurious model here. The Mercedes-AMG A45 is a wild child. It's a raucous little hatch bristling with spoilers and quad exhausts that let rip with the wildest four-cylinder soundtrack on the road. It's the cheapest car here and the best value, with standard kits such as adjustable suspension and a panoramic sunroof that either cost extra or aren't available in rival models. The A45 offers plenty of bang for your bucks.
While value is important, for most drivers the quintessential feature of these cars is the way they drive. The HSV feels like a sledgehammer in fancy velvet wrapping, and at nearly 1900 kilograms it can be a handful on a tight track. Drive it properly though, and the HSV impresses with excellent body control and hugely powerful brakes. The A45 has much more of a front drive bias, while its little 2-litre engine feels comparatively highly strung, limiting its appeal. Then there's the RS3, a hatch which makes better use of its all-wheel drive underpinnings with crisper reactions to driver inputs despite a slightly softer suspension tune and fixed dampers. In saying that, it is surprisingly fun for a seemingly one-dimensional car. But for outright purity, it's hard to overlook the M2. It really rekindles the spirit of BMW's M division with crisp body control, excellent steering, and an accessibility to performance that basically outshines every other vehicle here. The chassis control as well, you really feel like you're connected to the road. If you were to make one criticism of the M2, it'd be the brakes. While they hold up well in road duties, they are prone to fade after multiple laps of the racetrack.
But it's not all about racetrack dynamics. Vehicles at this price point need to be fun, and for the purposes of this part of the test, rear drive is where it's all at. Yes, the M2 doesn't mind getting sideways, but for me, there's only one car that I really enjoy jumping behind the wheel of. And as the old saying goes, there's no replacement for displacement, especially when it comes to expressing yourself at the track. You just cannot beat that. This thing has an abundance of torque just on tap to have as much fun as you like. HSV have done a fantastic job with this car because honestly it's a heavy car, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels much lighter and nimble than it actually is. And power slides are just so much fun.
We all swap cars to check out each machine's strengths and weaknesses. While driving cars like this is a lot of fun, splitting them apart is incredibly difficult. So the verdict is in. It's clear that each car here has its merits. There are two that we keep coming back to: BMW's M2 and the Audi RS3. So boys, vote with your feet. Each car takes a completely different approach to delivering smiles and performance, and choosing a winner really comes down to the individual. But for us, the M2's tried and tested rear drive layout and excellent engine make it worthy of a future classic. And at this price point, the best performance car money can buy.